All right, a championship edition of Coach's Corner with head coach Andrew Policky after the big win. 43-10 over CV, undefeated in league championship outright. How awesome does this feel, Coach?
It feels good, man. It was a ridiculous amount of hard work and a lot of years of turmoil that went into this thing. And 4 short years ago, we were 2-8, an embarrassment in the league, and now we're sitting here on top of the mountain. It feels pretty good, man. I know we got a lot of football left in us. I don't want to break our arms patting ourselves on the back just yet because we're headed into the playoffs, and I think we got a team that's capable of making a deep run. But we're going to celebrate this one and be happy about it, and we'll get back to work on Monday.
From 2-8 4 years ago that you just talked about to running through the league, perfect, undefeated. I don't know when the last time a 33-point win over CV was. Talk about that journey and that process from 4 years ago to here. That's huge, big turnaround.
Man, it's we've had a ton of turnover. Man, we've turned over a lot of staff. We've turned over strength and conditioning coaches. We've turned over everything to get to the point where we're physical enough to hold up against the CVs and the Burbanks of the world, and we're coached well enough not to get out schemed by those teams. And my staff did a heck of a job. My kids played their tails off, and I'm proud of them. Really, really proud of them tonight.
Last few seasons, you guys have been in the playoffs. Yeah. You've seen the potential doing what you guys finished, culminated tonight. When did you realize this season, during the season, that this year could be pretty special?
Getting the monkey off our back against Burbank, that's that second league game. The last few, we have never gotten over that hump yet, and we've always been out physical by then. And to go in there and be able to run the ball for almost 300 yards against that football team, and have a ton of success on the ground, I think kind of gave us the idea that we can hold up against anyone. So that was always kind of the knock against us, is that we just weren't physical enough to compete with these teams and the Burbanks of the world. And this league season, we showed that we are now. So I think we're going to be a tough out in the playoffs. I'm excited to see how far these kids can take this thing, and we got a lot of football left in us, so it's going to be a fun ride.
Convincing win tonight too. On paper you guys probably look like the favorite, but this wasn't even really that close.
No.
Both sides of the ball. Did you expect this kind of a game tonight?
Going in, I could feel that we had a good week. We had a little pregame incident with them, and going into the locker room after that, you could hear a pin drop in our locker room. I had never seen our team that focused and that dialed in going into a game. So I knew that if we were right and we were focused and we executed at a high level, that we're capable of embarrassing some people. So when we hit on all cylinders on all 3 phases of the game, offense, defense, and kicking, we got a shot to be pretty good. So we did that tonight, and if we can continue to play with that type of focus and keep ourselves out of negative situations on offense, we're tough to stop. And if we get some stops on defense, it's going to be a long night for a lot of teams.
You talked about all 3 phases, and it seems like this season you do have complete 3 phases of football for you guys. Talk about the playmakers, offense, defense. You guys are
a bunch of
loaded everywhere.
Guys, all over the field. We're good up front. We got a solid quarterback. We're good in the kicking game. I think on any given night we can win a game in a lot of different ways. We scored on defense. Our kicker kicked 3 field goals tonight. Some of them from pretty deep, and there was never a doubt any of them were going in. I felt pretty good about it. So, I'm excited to see what this team can do now in the playoffs.
So last few years it's been Division 11 in the CIF Playoffs. This year we moved up, got the respect from the past few years. It's Division 8. What are you kind of expecting Division 8 playoffs this year?
Excited, man. There's some good football teams in Division 8. Just looking at the top of the rankings right now, some Kaiser, Catella, who beat us last year, San Dimas, Santa Ana. You probably don't want to disrespect anybody by leaving them off of that list, but there's some good football teams, and I think you put us up in the same echelon as those teams. So we're going to have to compete our tails off and knock off some quality teams. And it starts right here at Arcadia High School next Friday night. So it's going to be a fun ride.
Home playoff game next week, CIF Playoffs. How good did the Gatorade water bath feel by the players after the game?
I'm wearing a white shirt, so I'm happy it wasn't Gatorade. I could take a little water on the white shirt, no big deal. We'll go home and watch this thing, I'll be good to go. It was a warm night, so I'm not freezing my tail off right now, but I got the wet socks and the wet underwear. It's never a comfortable feel, but man, that felt good. Yeah, that was a long time coming, man. That was a long time coming.
Well, on behalf of the administration, the fans out here, it's been a remarkable, fun season, and we're looking forward to the playoffs. And congratulations on everything. And we'll see you out here for the start of the playoff run next week.
Thank you,
Coach Policky. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Apache.
All right, and joining us now is quarterback Dylan Guerra, coming off a huge win. We just talked to Coach Policky. He's obviously thrilled for the win. Beating CV tonight, huge win for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just your overall reaction to tonight's win and winning the league outright.
Well, I think tonight's win, it was pretty big for us. It was the first time we won league like ever in history, so it's a big game for us. But I also think it's momentum for us to go into playoffs. We got to be 4-0, and I want that ring. So I really think that this is a momentum game for us going into playoffs.
You guys obviously knew heading into the season you had potential coming off last year, the past few years, been a playoff team. But going through league undefeated, a huge convincing win here tonight. Did you guys think you had this kind of season in you guys?
To be honest, I thought we were going to go perfect. I beat Cathedral and Hart, but I knew that we were going to have a really good season, and I really felt like we should have went undefeated, but the team thought, like we were going to have a good season, so we did, yeah.
How fun is it for you with all the weapons you have? With Rolandus, you have a running game, you got even kicking game. You have all these weapons for you. How fun has this season been running this offense?
Oh, for me, it's definitely fun. Seeing my stats, my passing stats, it's awesome. Ro, Jabari, Frankie, Ahmad, Dylan, all of them I can rely on. And then obviously the running game with DeMarco and Deontay and even Tori, they're just, I have the best athletes in the valley over here, and so it's really fun for me.
How cool is this for Coach Policky? He's been here a long time.
Oh, yeah.
We were just talking about 4 years ago, this team was 2-8. And now to see all the work he puts in with you guys. Players went over, gave him a nice Gatorade water shower to celebrate with him. How fun is it to go through this with Coach Policky and see him be rewarded for all his hard work and the rest of the coaching staff?
Coach Policky, so I've been on varsity for 2 years now, and this has been his goal. And so before the game, we were talking. He was talking to the whole team, and he was just really amped up and wanted this win. And so I really feel like this win just reflected how good of a coach he is. And he's the best head coach I could ever ask for. And so I really feel like he deserves this win, and I'm pretty sure he's going to get the ring too at the end of playoffs.
And then final question for you, playing with Rolandus. He's one of the most electric players in this league and in this area. What has that been like, working with Rolandus and seeing what he's capable of, and then making sure you guys are on the same page to utilize his skills?
Rolandus is just, he's an amazing player. We could put him in the backfield, he could be running back, but he's also just an amazing wide receiver as well. And I really feel like having him in tough situations, and when we need to get into the end zone, I really feel like I can go to him, I can trust him, and we have that connection, and it's really exciting to have a player like him and to be able to rely on him.
Dylan, congrats on a great season. We'll look forward to seeing you guys in the playoffs next week.
Thank you.